Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Camp Briteside and the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, live here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting, your Eagle Baseball Booster Club. And we are excited to be here because it means it's playoff time for Eagle Baseball. And we're joined tonight. It's myself, Doppler Dave's with us. I pointed this way. Yeah, it's right on the screen. It just looks weird. And then Coach Jordon Vierra. It's what a week. Playoffs start tomorrow as long as the weather cooperates. We will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at Nelson Field over off of Berkman and 290 to take on the, I still can't get over it, the Lhasa Raptors. The Liberal Arts and Science Academy of Austin, the Raptors, will be the host tomorrow night in Game 1 at 7 p.m. over at Nelson Field. And so come out and support your Georgetown Eagles. They are your 2025 district champions for the fourth year in a row. So absolutely, those boys have worked hard. And what a performance on Tuesday and on Saturday as they swept the Pflugerville Panthers, run their senior day with a big 12-0 win at Pflugerville on Saturday, but a 22-0 series win to solidify a sole district championship. Pflugerville and Hendrickson and Eastview split in their series. Wise swept Conley, and so Elgin had to sit there. And what a rough week for Coach Bourgeois and the Elgin Wildcats as they had a great season. But how hard did that have to be for Coach Bourgeois to sit and watch as your fate is in the hands of every other team vying for the playoffs? But Georgetown didn't have to worry about Elgin. They worried about a district title. And congrats, Coach, 4 years in a row.
Thank you.
Quite an honor for this program.
Yeah, it's a pretty special deal. It's a testament to the kind of kids we've had coming through here, the kind of parents that we've had that have constantly plugged into it. And then it's a testament to Coach Payne, Coach Durrell, Coach A, and Coach Key of what they've been adding to the program. And it's really cool whenever at the end of every year you start looking forward to the next class that's coming up. And Georgetown's become a pretty good baseball town. And as you're looking through the junior, sophomore, freshman, incoming 8th grade class of what that's going to look like coming up for the future. And you see quality baseball players coming up. The program's in good hands. And, it's also a testament to this senior class of what they've been able to accomplish during their couple of years as varsity players, and the junior class being able to step up and continue to fill those shoes. And then you got the couple of sophomores who've stepped up and continued the tradition. So it's an honor and it's a privilege to get to sit in the role and be able to be the guy that writes the lineup card. But ultimately, it's the credit goes to the players, the guys that are on the field every day.
It was kind of neat to look back at the way Georgetown won the district in 22 on the run to the state title. They had to win games at the end to get into the playoffs, but then won it to get to the district title. They win it and then make that run through the playoffs this year after the tough setback against a Weiss team that has turned it on in the last part of their district season to make the playoffs at 8-4 to come back and win the games you had to win and take control of your own destiny. And this Eagle team did that, and that was fun to watch. Now it's exciting to watch the two games they had against Pflugerville, the bats swinging, the pitchers just dominating performances on the mound again. You love to see that as you run into the playoffs. Now as we get into the playoffs, you see people we haven't seen all year. The Lhasa Raptors coming out of District 24. What do we expect out of Lhasa coming out of the Austin ISD?
They're a competitive team, and they've had to fight their way in, so we know that they're going to be incredibly scrappy. They won their last two games with Cedar Creek in order to be able to get in. So they're kind of rolling a hot hand. They got a couple of quality arms that they're going to be able to throw at us. Offensively, they're competitive at the plate, put a lot of balls in play, and make the defense work. But ultimately, I think that if we're able to control the controllables of what we want to be able to do with throwing strikes and playing quality defense, finding ways on first base, we'll be able to ultimately be able to succeed at what we want to be able to do offensively.
So in the first round, do you flip a coin for 1 game or 3 game, or is that later? Does that happen right at the first round and continue on?
So we're in the second year of a pilot program with 5A and 6A at the moment. The UIL is running a pilot program for 2 years of all 5A and 6A teams have to play a 3-game series unless we mutually agree to play a 1 game. Knowing what I know about baseball, I'm not ever going to agree to a 1 game. I'm not a big fan of leaving things up to a whim. So we'll play a 3-game set the entire way. Basically, when the negotiations come down, if there's anything that we can't agree on, then we can flip a coin for it. So one of the things that we didn't agree on, basically the only thing that we really didn't agree on for this series was who was going to have Game 3 home. We agreed to play home and home. Agreed for them to have the first game, us to have the second game at home. We flipped a coin to see who was going to have the third game. We won that flip. So we agreed on everything else from officials to rain situations and everything else. So the contract negotiation pretty easily as far as what we were going to do with the playoff agreement. And so, now we get to tee it up and get after it.
How does that work? I know we usually use an umpiring, the chapter north of us, not out of Austin ISD in the Austin area. How does something like that work out? Do you guys agree to split 2 and 2? Do you agree to 1 and 1? How does that work?
So and once we get into playoffs, for those that haven't been around for a while, the playoff series are typically always four umpires. And you have a couple of options. You can choose to go split group, where you have 2 guys from the chapter that you typically use. So for us, that'd be the Syntex chapter. And for them, that would be the Austin chapter. Or you can choose to mutually agree on a neutral chapter and go pick out that chapter yourself and request games from them yourself. Or you can choose, hey, let's just go UIL assigned and reach out to the UIL. There's a form that you can fill out, let them know the game details and all that kind of stuff, and the UIL will then assign a neutral chapter for you. So this series, we went ahead and decided ultimately to have a split group. So we'll have 2 Syntex guys, 2 Austin guys. We've been able to play in front of the Austin guys quite a bit and get to know them a little bit. Them get to know us a little bit. The Syntex guys also obviously know us and we know them. And so it should be a pretty good mix of umpires. Yeah.
Before we get into the game and what the series is, of course, with Doppler Dave here, we have to ask it. What are we looking at forecast-wise through tonight? Because the big key is Nelson Field is not a turf field. It is a dirt infield, grass field. So what are we looking at weather-wise through this next 3 days that can affect this series?
Always subject to change because this is storm season in Central Texas, but I just looked at the Weather Channel. Tomorrow they have about 30-40% chance between 5 and 7, somewhere in that area. So let's just hope that it misses like this is hopefully doing to us. Most of the storms tonight are to the northeast all the way up to Little Rock, so we're at the tail end of it right here. But there's a lot of energy in the air. Tomorrow is going to build back, so hopefully we don't. But I'll do everything I can to keep
Hope
you
that
posted.
Energy shows up wearing blue on Friday night. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
So as the series sits right now, it's tomorrow night, Thursday night, 7 p.m. at Nelson Field. Friday night, Game 2 back home at Eagle Field at Georgetown at 7 p.m. And the if game, if necessary, on Saturday at 1:30 p.m. at Eagle Field. Given that, now that we know the series being Thursday, Friday, and possibly Saturday if needed, if weather does play into that, what do we look at if Thursday gets canceled?
If something weird happens tomorrow and we're not able to play tomorrow, the Thursday game we get pushed to Friday, so we'd be at Nelson Friday night. Then the Friday we get pushed to Saturday, and so we'd get our home game Saturday. And that time is kind of to be determined. I know that they have a couple guys or a guy taking the SAT, so that kind of plays a little bit of a factor in wanting to recognize what they're being able to do academically. We also have to take into account the Saturday night is prom night for our guys, and trying to find a happy middle ground there. But Game 2 would be scheduled to start around 1:30. For that, I did hear some grumblings from our guys that they hope that happens so that they don't have to participate in all the prom festivities. But the 1:30 start time is about there. And then ultimately the game 3 would follow that. If all hell breaks loose and we got storms all over the place and they can't play Thursday, then we would possibly try and find somewhere to play neutral Friday. And if we found somewhere to play neutral Friday, then Saturday would also become neutral, just based off of the dynamics of them not wanting to have to play a home game for us when they had to play neutral for their first one. So Coach and I have been in plenty of talks about all of those details, and he's very amicable in those conversations. So it all should work out well.
Friday's about 70% chance up here in Georgetown. Saturday's 18, so we'll see.
And the
Weather
beautiful
Channel
thing
blows things out of proportion.
I think so, yeah. So that's why I say subject to change.
And the beautiful thing is having the home field being on turf, our field does drain well and play well after the rain. That's the good thing about Game 2 and 3 being at Eagle Field, as long as we can get Game 1 in at Nelson Field there at an Austin ISD stadium. And so Georgetown will be the visitors on Thursday night, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Come out to Nelson Field, just so you know. Broadcast for the playoffs will be on NFHS. We are not able to carry them on our YouTube channel because the playoffs are owned, the rights are owned by the NFHS company, and Dave Campbell's is the one that kind of negotiates and runs all of that for us. But after talks with them, we will get the priority to have all Georgetown broadcasts during the playoffs, but it will be on the NFHS network where someone will have to have a subscription for the month of May to middle June to be able to watch those series, and then you can cancel that subscription. But we will bring you every series that we possibly can, but it will be on NFHSnetwork.com. So,
and to that note, we're very appreciative of all of our sponsors, because without the sponsors, we can't keep this free on YouTube.
Exactly.
So
right.
that's a big deal. That's the difference between us and other companies.
And so now we are trying to work on a backdoor deal where we can broadcast it on NFHS and on the Georgetown ISD YouTube channel. And if we can pull that off, we'll let you know. So you can go to our private YouTube channel, be in a school broadcast, and watch it for free. But watch the social medias. We'll put it all out. Coach will update any weather changes on the EFND baseball Twitter occasionally, because they probably won't text me about it until after the game's already called.
Listen, there's a reason why my wife is on Sports U. My wife is on Sports U because I am a notoriously terrible communicator during baseball season.
Yeah, Friday, just so y'all know, the game at Pflugerville was canceled. I found out. I went over to Pflugerville at 6 o'clock. It was not playing. So,
can you see the knife he's currently twisting?
But watch the social medias. It'll be tweeted out on your Twitter account.
God, I hope it does.
EFND Baseball. Once it goes out, Jeff will be watching that, the Booster Club president, to put it out as well. And then we'll retweet anything we see on our Twitter account as well. And so Georgetown baseball in the playoffs, the bi-district round scheduled to be tomorrow night, Nelson Field, 7 o'clock. Come out and support these guys. They have worked so hard, and they earned it. Another district championship to hang on the wall and the banner to put up for Georgetown High School baseball as it continues to be one of the premier programs in Central Texas. We'll take a quick time out. We have 3 seniors tonight we're going to talk to, as we have now moved from the freshman to JV seasons have come to an end. Now talk about that. District titles, JV. Won the JV district title, I assume. They went pretty well in the season.
I got to be really honest. I got to have a conversation with Coach A to make sure that what all that looks like. I know that last night at the all-district meeting, he was having conversations with the coach at Eastview, and they were talking about different records of things. We have a hard time keeping up with all of the different JV teams' records as we roll through the district play, as well as the freshman team records, how we roll through that. I typically don't have those numbers ready to go until the banquet, so I will hopefully have that answer for you next week.
We're not going to talk about the banquet till the end. It may be on a specific day coming up. We'll talk about that on the closing part. We'll take a quick time out. We have Chance Bachman, Chance Garcia, and
Jake Bachman.
Jake Bachman. Why did I say Chance?
Wow.
Jake, I looked up and saw Chance and Bachman at the same time over there throwing cornhole bags. We have Chance Garcia, Jake Bachman, and Ryan Castilleja, who turns 18 tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a minute. But we will have those 3 seniors here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Quick timeout. We'll come back. Let's go with Jake Bachman first. We'll interrupt his cornhole game, and we'll be right back here at Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Pin rolling, never sleep, I just keep going. Hit my peak now, I just started like my name, Tommy. Had a
Back live here at Camp Briteside. Almost went full Kelly DeVoe there and didn't unmute anything. We're joined by, he wears number 25, and I tell you what, it's awesome to talk about this. Last year, the title was baseball operations. This year, it's still running everything for this team. And in uniform, number 25, it's Jake Bachman joins. It's not Chance Bachman, it's Jake Bachman, in case y'all got that wrong, like I did. But, Jake, thanks for joining us. I tell you what, it's been to watch you run at the field and everything that you do through the warm-ups and then setting up and then going and with this team, has it been a fun year?
Oh, it's been fun. Yeah. I mean, the work sometimes isn't all the best, but, it's hanging out with the guys, building the connections. That's really the best part.
As you've gone through and helped on this program, being a part of it in different facets through high school, how much fun has that been, and what's been the best season for you? Is it this year in the uniform and being a part of this team, and how does that work, and what's that memory you're going to take when graduation just around the corner?
Yeah. Shoot, that's a tough one. I definitely had a blast last year. I was more connected than I was the first year, sophomore year. And this year I'm just even more plugged into the program. I'm getting to do stuff that I wasn't able to do last year. I'm able to throw. I'm able to long toss. I'm able to do basically everything everybody else does. And it's been a blast.
As you've gone through your time at Georgetown, to be able to now this year putting on that uniform, what does that mean, and how much is that going to be a good memory as you graduate? I mean, it's crazy how fast the senior year has gone for us watching outside in. How fast and how crazy has it been for you guys inside out?
Man, it's gone by fast. It's been a blink of an eye. Like you said, when it comes to the jersey thing, it means a lot. I put in a lot of hard work. I was told, junior year that I couldn't even make the freshman team. And, to come back and put in all the hard work and, I might not get to touch the field, but I didn't do it to touch the field. I did it to be one of them.
As you guys, the one thing we enjoy a lot in each of the games is the dugout chatter. You guys, the fun in the game comes, and you see the lulls and you see the highs. Mm-hmm. But when you guys get in the ear of the other players, the other pitchers, how much fun and how does that work in the dugout? Who's leading this, and how much fun is it, and how do you get everyone involved in that to make that noise? Because our crowd might picks it all up. We laugh multiple times during the game. But how much fun is that causing that kind of heckle, knowing the impact it's having on the other team?
Man, you could, whenever you get in their head, it's pretty obvious. You can see it. Hagen's mostly our ring leader in there whenever he's not pitching. Normally it's Jay Howe whenever Hagen's up on the mound. But, again, it's just getting after him, and it's fun. You want to make V pull back on the reins. That's the whole goal.
Do you do research beforehand to kind of find out little bits of information about them, or, where you can kind of get in their head better?
We try not to. We have a lot of players that have past connections to him, and, it makes it kind of easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been the funnest this year of all the opponents? What was the most fun, and what's the most memorable moment there as this dugout continues to cause havoc in their own way?
Man, I can't pick one team. I'm going to go back to the Blue and White World Series. It was an inter-squad at the beginning of the year. And to watch just guys start to build the relations with each other, but also be able to heckle each other at the same time, it's pretty fun because you know everything about each other at that point.
The future for Jake Bachman, where does that take you? What are you looking at?
Man, right now it's up for grabs, I'm going to be honest. Right now it's looking more like tech, but man, I'm not totally sold on it yet.
What's the choice of study? What are you looking to do?
Supply chain management.
Very good.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. And tech, Why Tech?
Man, they offered me the best deal.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
you got the right keychain, so.
yeah. Yeah. That's where I wanted to go. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it happen.
Yeah.
As you've gone through, and you get into this hectic year, a year like this, where you have a lot of responsibilities, one on the field with this team, off the field, and in making things happen for the coaching staff. When you want to relax, when you want to get away and recharge, where do we find Jake?
Away from the baseball field? Shoot, I don't do much. I'm kind of a boring person outside of baseball. I like chilling at home, watch TV. Whenever Cleveland's on, I'll turn on the Cleveland game.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot. This is our Guardians fan. I forgot. Coach likes to give you
Yeah, I know.
heckle you
I
there
know.
about the Guardians. But
Yeah.
how's their season going?
Going all right. We're a couple games over 500.
Were you helping up in the booth with the mic and stuff?
Yes, I was.
We were putting in you for MVP in that one game. I
Shoot,
can't
that
remember what was going on.
That was a pain. I'm going to be honest. I didn't want to be up there at all. I was ready to be down on the field. And then it got to one point where I couldn't stop the walk-up song. And then I threw my hat at it because I got so angry. Then it started going again. And, yeah, that was a memorable
It's good
one.
times. It's hard to be cool all the time.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
But it's a jack of all trades. It's funny to watch, though, because the game will start. The workouts are going on. The warm-ups are going on for you guys as a team.
Yeah.
And then right when the game starts, here comes Jake. He'll set up the cameras. Boom. If something's wrong, something needs fixed. You'll see 25 running and doing it, but then he's back in the dugout with his teammates. And so
Yeah.
in that, do you challenge yourself and have fun in that to be a part and make sure whatever you're going to take on responsibility-wise is going to be done the right way?
Yeah, I mean, my goal is to fill out my role no matter what it is, whether I'm on the field, whether I'm on the bench, is to do everything that I can to the best of my ability. And that's something that Coach V ingrains in all of us.
And it creates such a cool atmosphere. Everything
Yes,
that
sir.
happens, even that music in between
Yeah.
is just pure genius because
Yeah.
it can, when they go out there and you start playing the Jeopardy song, they take them too long. All those things, we've already got the most amazing baseball facility in probably the state. And then you add all that other cool stuff in there. It just makes it all that more fun for everybody coming to watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
So.
As you get ready to graduate, away from baseball, what's the big memory that you're going to take, or your biggest remembrance of Georgetown High School that you're going to take with you?
I got a couple. Definitely the football games, but there's some other memorable stuff I have at Georgetown too. Yeah.
Favorite
Yeah.
football player?
Oh, favorite football player?
Are you next year? Who are you looking forward to watching next year? If you watch any of the games?
Oh, definitely Jet Walker.
Yeah.
100%.
That's fair. I think the whole
100%.
state's going to be watching
Yeah.
a little bit of Jet Walker. What's your favorite class going this year? As your last semester, what one? Are you taking any tough courses in the last semester, or is it all downhill?
It's all downhill from here. I got ACC, and that's about it. All my other classes are pretty easy, pretty standard.
It's the best class is probably baseball.
Yeah.
Favorite class. Yeah.
That's what I look forward to every day.
It gives you
Get
a break.
up,
Get away.
go. I'm like, oh, when's baseball? Oh, I still got a bunch of time.
All right. 5 rapid-fire questions. We have to start with favorite cereal.
Oh, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Good answer. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
I won't even ask you that one. Are tomatoes a fruit or a vegetable?
Vegetable.
Thank you. That's right. It's a good answer. From 1 to 10, how hot do you like your shower water?
Man, I like it hot. I'm going to go 8.
Oh, that's pretty hot. Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
No. It's no meat. I mean, it's wrong for being a vegetarian. But, it's just,
You're not going to ask him the speed question, are you?
No.
No.
I'm not going to put him on. His dad's right there. I'm not asking.
yeah,
that.
family's right there.
Mountains or beach?
Beach. Big beach.
Fair enough. I got to go to the beach next month. So
Yeah.
for the wife, it's number 25. One of your seniors. It's Jake Bachman here live on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We'll take a quick time out. It'll be Chance Garcia joining us next. Stay with us live here at Camp Briteside. We'll be right back.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Brightside.
Who you shouting out to?
Never mind. Hold on. I canceled the commercial. Golly. Thank you. Sorry, Jack. All right. Yeah, almost. Thank you.
I forgot about
I
it.
apologize. Any shout-outs before I let you go?
Oh, I got a bunch. I'll try to limit it down. I want to thank my family for being here. I want to thank the coaching staff for giving me the opportunity. Thank J. Hal, Grooms, my locker buddy Cooper over there, Jack, my fungo bro, and yeah, that's all I got.
Now it's number 25, Jake Bachman. We'll take a quick time out. We'll be back with Chance Garcia. Stay with us here at Camp Brightside.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Back here live, Camp Briteside. We're joined now by number 5, Chance Garcia. He joins us live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. And we just mentioned, I had to ask him off to confirm. He is one of the 2 seniors that I remember from senior day, along with the Tater, Richie, going to Tarleton State.
Yes, sir.
What led to that choice? It's a good school. It seems to be a popular school around here.
Yeah.
What led you to Tarleton?
I had no idea going into my senior year where I was going to college. Then Tate comes along, and he's like, let's go tour Tarleton. And we went, and, yeah, it's a nice campus. So, yeah, we just kind of decided from there.
What do you plan on studying at Tarleton?
Kinesiology with a minor in sports medicine.
Very cool. Yep. Any plans after that with the sports medicine side of it, or into sports management? What's the future?
Just plan on being like a physical therapist.
Very cool.
So, yeah.
Very cool. Tarleton's a great school. It's going to be weird seeing a lot of these Georgetown kids go off and wear purple.
Yeah.
And when we talked to Ryan Castilla, he's going to Wiley College. It's purple. A lot of purple come out of Georgetown. In your senior year, man, let's go back to Lake Travis.
Yeah.
What goes through your head in a game like that? Things are not going well, and the coach says, hey, start warming up, hands you the ball, go in, let's try to shut this down. What's going through your mind in a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, David's one of our guys, and so it's kind of shocking to see him get shelled in the first inning. And then V comes up to me, tells me to get hot, and I'm like, man, I hope they don't do that to me. And so go up there. I think it was like 4 or 5 pitches, and I'm out of the inning, and then it's just, from on there.
How much fun is a challenge like that? Is it something that makes you nervous, or is it something you look forward to have your number called in a situation like that, or you got to go in and try to change the flow of that game? A game where we've made some mistakes. They're hitting the ball in and not the biggest of hits. They're just dropping them in to make things effective with those errors that we made. Is it a challenge to you? Does it make you nervous, or is it something you look forward to?
No, it's just pretty fun, just to get out there, give them my best stuff, see who's better. So.
In your senior year, after wearing the Georgetown logo in the Georgetown baseball program, how much fun has the senior year been, and what are you going to take with you as kind of one of your best memories or funnest memories being here at Georgetown?
Yeah, one of the best memories is just, I transferred here from Eastview, just meeting all these guys, them becoming my boys. So it's something I'll always cherish.
What year did you transfer into Georgetown?
Late sophomore year.
And then we're on here last year and this year. As you leave and get ready to graduate, what's a memory from high school? Could be Eastview or Georgetown. That's going to be something you take with you off the baseball field and things that you've enjoyed and going to be memorable for you as you move on.
Yeah, just all these memories I have every day with these guys, I'll just take them with me.
In your senior season, how much? What kind of classes are you taking here in your last semester? Tough ones or the downhill slide?
No, they're all pretty easy.
What's your favorite one right now as you get ready to wrap them up?
I'd have to say, like, being an office aide, don't do much. Just kind of sitting there on my phone for an hour and a half. So
roughing it.
Yeah.
Rough part of the day. Outside of baseball and away from school,
you'd be a good firefighter.
Yeah. Where would we find you recharging and refueling? What do you do for fun?
I go play golf with my boys. Like to, put a whooping on them. Yeah, I mean, go to the gym. It's either golfing or at the gym or at my house.
Any video games?
I'll play like Fortnite. Maybe some Rainbow Six Siege. That's about it.
On the golf course, taking care of Tate Ritchie.
Yep.
You're getting hand signals over here. They're doing this, doing 67. What's up?
Where's your favorite course around here to play?
Berry Creek's pretty nice. And then Georgetown Country Club is always pretty nice. So.
Away from baseball, as you've gone through your time in the Georgetown ISD, as you've studied and decided, kinesiology, as a minor in sports med, move towards something like that, what's challenged you the most as a student in your time?
Reading. Just reading.
Hey, I don't like it.
Yeah, I know. It's just don't understand it. So
when graduation comes up here in the next month, when do you head off to Tarleton? What does that look like for you guys as you head off to the next step?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm assuming it's going to be in like August. Yeah, so.
You and Tate Ruman?
Yes, we are.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is Tate going to read to you?
I think it'll be the other way around. So, yeah.
That'll be fun to enjoy as a part of it. All right. You ready?
Ready.
Got to start with favorite cereal.
Oh, man. I don't really eat cereal, but I'd have to say like Lucky Charms.
That's fair. Favorite breakfast if you don't eat cereal?
Chocolate chip pancakes.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Favorite number and why?
Probably like 67. It's just a big joke. Big inside joke.
A nickname your family or friends have given you?
Just my middle name. You know, when they say that, that's how you know it's like over.
What's the middle name?
It's Alexander, but I'll be in my room and mom or my dad will be like, Alex, Chance Alex. Yeah. So.
Favorite movie?
One of the Star Wars maybe.
Okay. And favorite music, either musical performer or genre of music?
Like rock, like a bunch of dad rock maybe. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Any shout outs before I let you get out of here?
You know, just all those guys at that table, Tate, Luke, Jack, the big R, CT, BK. It's maybe Bullock. Yeah.
It's
and my parents, too.
We'll throw them in there at the end right there. So we appreciate y'all, too.
Yep.
Thanks. Number 5, it's Chance Garcia, one of your varsity seniors here at the Eagle Nation Coaching Show. We'll take a quick time out. When we come back, it's the birthday boy, Ryan Castilleja, joins us. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Back here live, Camp Briteside. We're joined by number 18 now, Ryan Castilleja. Speaking of 18, we turn 18 tomorrow. So happy birthday to Ryan.
Thank you.
Right before graduation. So on the younger side, graduating high school in less than a month. 24th, isn't that right? Mm-hmm. I knew Mom would know. 24th of May. One, congratulations. What a senior year.
Yeah.
Not many people, I think it's 2 in the varsity program, could say they've won a district title in football and a district title in baseball. Yourself and Luke Colley. How much fun has your senior year been?
Man, it's been amazing. I get to play both sports with my friends every day, you know. Just it was great. I did everything I wanted to do, you know.
The work you put on the football field. We'll go back to football right now. Mm-hmm. Starting center on the football team, you guys had a great year. You got a chance to block for one of the premier running backs in the state. He made a name when a lot of people didn't know that name, and a lot of credit that he gave, even in the big week against Glenn. In the interviews, it was about what my O-line did for me. How much fun was that, and how much did you put in that work to get into that position, one, and to become the starting center that anchored that line, the captain of that offensive line, with the talent you had around you, with Sam Lopez, with Caden Scherer, with all of those guys around you? How much fun was that, and how much? What kind of a memory are you going to take out of that one?
It was amazing. You know, the work started in the summer. Over the summer, they were on me because they knew what type of role I had to go fill, and so. But it was great blocking for Jet. You know, seeing him go run for all these touchdowns and get posted. And it's like, hey, you know, he just ran behind me, so you know that was cool. And man, it was just so much fun getting to work every day with those guys, and now I get to do the same with baseball. So it's just great. It's amazing.
Once you left football, picked up the cleats and the bat and went towards baseball. The one thing we've been watching, I've watched you as we've gone through this baseball season, the shape that you've gotten into to continue until you work to this next step. Going to Wiley College, playing baseball at the next level. A lot of work has gone in your senior year. Have you been able to soak it in and enjoy it at the same time with all the work you've put in?
I mean, not yet. I feel like I still just there's a lot more I want to do within this organization. So I'd say I can't soak it all up in yet. There's a lot of work I have to do. So
what does it mean when you graduate? When the season comes to an end, when graduation's over, and you sit there waiting for that time to go to Wiley and head off to the next level to continue your education first, and then to continue the athletic side of that with baseball. What kind of memory are you going to have of a senior year? What a big senior year for you. How much fun is that going to be to sit back, and what memories are you going to take away the most out of that?
It's going to feel good knowing that, I just did everything I wanted to. I left it all out on the table, I tried everything, and I can say up to this point I have no regrets in my senior year. I've definitely left it all out on the table, so it's felt good, definitely.
In the classroom, how challenging has your senior year been, knowing all the work you've had to do in the weight room, in the practice field, in football and in baseball? Has that shown on some slipping in the classroom, or has the work continued to be hard there as well?
I'd say later into the football year it was getting tough. Definitely you have playoffs, and you're just like, man, I just want to go play football, look at film, or watch whatever coach sent me. But, now obviously it's getting a little tougher, but still trying to figure it out, definitely.
In your last semester, what's the class load look like, and what's your favorite class you're taking right now?
Oh, I messed up big time. I took AP Econ my senior year. I take it back. I have a regret. That's my regret is taking AP Econ as a senior. Gosh, that's not a good class to take. And but my favorite class I'd say is my English class, just because I have my buddies in there, so it's pretty nice.
Makes it a little easier to
tolerate.
tolerate.
Definitely.
So let's go to the future in Wiley. You go to a university, NAI school, purple.
Mm-hmm.
We get some purple going there. What drew you to Wiley, and what made you lead you to that decision there and your recruiting?
Yeah, just the opportunity to play baseball at the next level, And so that's all I wanted, was just a shot, and I feel like just with an opportunity, I can just feel like I left it all out on the table. So
I've spent some time in the season talking to your dad about the expectations at Wiley, the program that they have built, and what they have expectation-wise for you and your class coming in. How excited are you about that and taking that to the next level to push yourself even more?
I'm excited. They definitely win a lot over there, and so it's like Georgetown, they're a target, and we're a target. So having somebody always behind you, chasing you, watching your every move, that makes everything so much better. It makes you compete more and more, and it's amazing. That's where it's at.
And on top of playing baseball at the next level, the School of Study is accounting, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
What pushes you towards the numbers world?
Well, I just wanted like a reliable job for the future, knowing that I don't have to just be an accountant, just having that degree and that skill behind me will set me up for other job opportunities in the future. So it was just kind of just the safest option I saw.
And you like numbers, I assume, to
yes,
go into accounting. Yeah. Have you taken a lot of accounting in high school? Or?
I did. I took Georgetown accounting, so the class that they offer. So
that is the one thing I loved in college. My favorite class was accounting.
Really?
I enjoyed it, and it's made it easier in life. Just one, being good with numbers, managing things, but having that avenue of understanding. And so it'll be fun to watch. As you graduate, as you walk away, are you going to take downtime? Because this year has been all go for you.
Yeah.
From the summertime, you didn't have a break. Mm-hmm. It was baseball and football getting ready for the season, and then football led straight back to baseball. Are you going to have any downtime before you head off to Wiley?
Probably not. I mean, I'm going to go on vacation with my family, and then I'll be going to summer ball in July. So
that's right. I talked to your dad about that. Up in Frisco?
Yep, Frisco. So Dallas, playing with the Hangout League, and then coming back up for a little bit, and then we're moving straight back into Wiley. We move in a little early August, so not much downtime now.
Talk about in Wiley. For those that don't know, where is Wiley located, and a little about Wiley University?
It's located in Marshall, Texas, NAIA school, Purple Wildcats. I mean, yeah, they play baseball.
They're good at it.
They're good
I'll tell you what,
they
have a great program. outside of baseball, outside of football, when you do get a minute to relax and recharge, where do we find you?
I'll be fishing with my friends. Definitely playing games. And just hanging out with my friends for sure.
So where's this vacation?
It's Cabo. We're going to Cabo.
So you actually get a good vacation,
Yeah.
and then it's right back to work.
Yeah, exactly.
So no rest for the weary. You got to get ready to go back. After you walk away from Georgetown, away from baseball, away from football, what are you going to remember the most, and what's that going to be that one thing that you just you take with you?
Just like the high school experience, I'd say, like being with your friends at the lunch table, just like the little moments walking to the halls, those funny jokes, it's where you create those inside jokes. And like, I feel like that's just the foundation of you just socializing with people in general. So I'd say just those interactions with my friends.
Are you ever going to come back and see us being a two-sport star at Georgetown? And
I'll definitely be coming back
pay
here
us a
for
visit?
sure. For sure.
You got to come say hi at least once in a while.
Yes,
it
sir.
would be nice. I know we're going to get to see your dad around. But until baseball season, we may not see much of him. He may be on the road up near Marshall. So
Maybe.
All right, 5 questions.
All right.
Rapid fire. And we got to start with your favorite cereal.
Captain Crunch.
Fair enough. Favorite home-cooked meal?
I don't know. I guess chicken Alfredo. Chicken Alfredo.
She can join the parent and adult and non-kid dinner that we have planned for the future. Favorite number?
10.
10?
10.
Wow.
10.
Any chance you get that at Wiley?
Maybe, hopefully. That'd be nice.
What's the fastest speed you ever driven in a car?
80. 80.
That's a great on the toll road.
Yeah, on the toll.
That's a great
toll.
answer. I would ask mountains or beach, but I think we know where you're headed. Dogs or cats?
Dogs all day. Dogs all day.
I don't think we've had a cat answer all year. So that's fair enough. If I give you your shout-outs before I let you get out of here, I can't forget.
My family, Natalie. My friend Eli works around here, Camp Briteside. Shout out Grooms, my throwing partner, Weston. Been throwing with him since freshman year. Shout out to those boys. Shout out to everyone on the team. But, yeah.
It's number 18. It's Ryan Castilleja. Happy birthday to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
It'll be fun. Start the playoff run on your birthday. We'll celebrate with your number on the back as you turn 18 years old tomorrow on May 1st. May, baby. All right, May Day. We'll take a quick time out. If we can find Coach Vierra, we'll bring you back up. We'll wrap it up. It's the Eagle Nation Coaches Show live from Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
I don't know. Kelly does our movie.
Jack Sparrow.
I feel like I should be going on an adventure with this music.
Back live here at Camp Briteside. It's titled Epic Action Movie. That's Kelly's.
Nailed it.
Yep.
I
So,
said Pirates of the Caribbean.
it's probably from that. We just can't say that on there, so we don't
Copyright.
get blocked.
Thanks, YouTube.
Blocked. YouTube likes to block a lot of our broadcasts because of the music. It's funny. It can be from the broadcast booth, or it can be from the PA system playing a walk-up song.
I think you should just clean it up a little bit. They're probably just worried about you.
Probably so. Probably so. We get in gym jams every once in a while. So
Yeah, you end up like a Floresville situation. And
Ooh.
things like go sideways in a hurry.
Floresville. I didn't know they dropped down to 4A. That's a good story. Yeah. Speaking of Floresville, great team.
How
Great
about
town. Great town. Wow, memories. Memories. Speaking of memories, the Eagle baseball
He just messed up his whole game.
Baseball team,
Banquet.
booster club,
banquet is on a memorable day this year.
Sammy Schwami.
May Samsonite. That was way off. May 11th on Mother's Day. We get to enjoy baseball. We get to celebrate baseball on Mother's Day. Tate's excited about it. He's going to be there. I assume everyone's required to be there. No, Tate's not going to be there. Tate's going to be there. All right. I'm going to be there, you're going to be there. So, but talk about that banquet and put that information out. I'm sure you know it all.
Yeah, so the banquet's on Mother's Day, May 11th. I believe doors open at 5. Banquet ceremony ideas and things will happen starting at around 5:30. Hopefully we will be done in record time. Goal, hour and a half.
Sorry. That was funny.
Thanks. So the goal is to get everything done. Be able to acknowledge this group of guys from freshmen all the way through seniors for what the freshmen were able to accomplish during their first season wearing the G. The sophomores on the JV team being able to recognize what they did, and then ultimately the varsity team of what they have accomplished up until this point. So hopefully it's a celebration of where we've gotten to, not a celebration of where we've been. And with this group of guys, I have no doubt that that we'll be celebrating just kind of a checkpoint of where we've been up to up until that moment. It's over at the Georgetown. It's over in GYBA. What's it called? Community Center.
Community Center.
That's the one.
Park, yeah.
So we'll be over there at the Georgetown Community Center for that deal. It's supposed to be an incredible venue. It should be a really good time. I'm really excited to get to celebrate these group of guys.
So on Mother's Day, 5 p.m., after you finish celebrating Mom, in the morning, cooking her breakfast and getting everything out.
I do have a disclaimer.
Yes.
Can I achieve the disclaimer?
Absolutely.
Mother's Day was brought up to me as an option for the banquet date. I did say that every mom had to sign off on saying that that was acceptable. I was told that all the mothers said that that was acceptable, and so I co-signed that that was on. Yeah, because my immediate reaction was like, yeah, there's going to be not nice mommies, which totally understand. So that was not my doing. So I'm willing to wear a lot of things. That's not one of them.
So if you do have a complaint about the Mother's Day baseball banquet, talk to Lorena Rowland or Jeff Rogers. That's the two complaint department acceptees tonight. And so they're both here. So, Lorena, thanks for showing up to accept those complaints about anything. So just so you know, Lorena's right there in the middle. So
maybe it's just a good thing because these mothers go to a lot of baseball games over the years, and
they
this is
do.
a way to celebrate. Yes,
it's over. Fair enough.
Just possibly.
But this year, not far down the road there on Austin Avenue, Georgetown Community Center, 5 o'clock, the doors will open. If people, is it too late to get tickets? Is it too late to be a part of this? I'm looking for Booster Club people. But
I don't believe it's too late. I believe that they were getting the final tally today. At least that was the text messages that I was getting. Get the final tally today or tomorrow. So the window is closing rapidly.
So make sure you check the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club website, their Facebook, Twitter account. If you have any questions, just go up to Jeff Rogers. You can ask any of the board members. Lorena Rowland's sitting here. She can take questions. She's not busy tonight, and so y'all can ask those questions. And Mr. Lane is here. It's one of his last official acts. You can always ask him about banquet details as he gets ready to sign off after his multi-year commitment to the Booster Club, and we appreciate what he's done. But an opportunity, every year to celebrate these boys and all the work they put in, and these coaches, and the effort and the time you guys put in. How big is it to, to be able to keep, we talk about this year after year, to keep a continuity of coaches here at Georgetown when we know they could be snatched away like what happened to football a couple years ago. How big is that to be able to keep that continuity with Coach Payne, Coach Durrell, and Zerson Key being around? You know,
I'm incredibly thankful that I get to work with the group of guys I get to work with every day. It's a bunch of like-minded individuals who aren't afraid to challenge each other. From myself to Coach A and Coach Key. Coach A is not afraid to challenge me on what we're talking about and what we're trying to do and what the thought processes is. And I have Coach Payne, who's able to be a really quality sounding board of not afraid to tell me that I'm being stupid and that that's a terrible decision. It's a staff of 5 guys that genuinely love each other, care about each other, get along with each other, and want what's best for these kids in this program. And so, fingers crossed, things don't change moving in the future. But ultimately, the staff is together and want to do a great job.
We don't ever want to look ahead and get past any round of the playoffs. But if we were to look ahead to round 2, it's the winner of Waltrip and Rosenberg-Terry. Both schools out of the Houston area.
Yeah.
What do we look at in round 2 if we do have to travel? Something tells and screams to me Mosquitoville, USA.
God, no.
In Mumford, Texas.
The one thing I will make everybody in America flip for right now is to not play in Mumford, Texas.
Right.
The Eagles have not had a great track record. Let me rephrase that. The Eagles under Coach Vierra have not had a great track record at Mumford, Texas, and I will do everything under the sun to never play at Mumford, Texas again. With that being said, there's a number of places in between here and there that we'd have the ability to play for. To go back to what we were talking about with UIL discussions and debates, there's a rule that if it's over 100 miles, you can't flip them for home and home.
Okay.
So if it's over 100 miles, there has to be a conversation about where we're going to meet in the middle. If they choose not to go home and home, you can't force them to do that. So if they choose not to do that, then we'd have to have a conversation about where we want to play. Thankfully, there's enough places in between here and there, whether that be College Station, whether that be Brenham, whether that be Northwest Houston area, right along that 79 corridor. Of what that looks like. So there's plenty of options for availability to be able to have those games in the second round. Coach Payne and Coach Durrell have done an incredible job of being able to scout out what those places could be, where we could ultimately be able to do that. So we got a couple ideas of what we want to be able to do, but ultimately to go back to what you started this whole thing with is, we're not going to look past this week. We're going to get past this weekend before we start looking at next weekend.
So probably, I'm assuming the 3 of y'all will be at the games, but the other 2 coaches might possibly split up and go and lay eyes on these other teams.
Yeah, there's a chance we got a couple of guys going to scout the future opponents, whether that be next weekend with the Houston area schools or be other future opponents. We're constantly looking for advantages to be able to find those ways.
Cool.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, as it sits, we'll be at Nelson Field to take on the Lhasa Raptors. Can't believe they named them that. The Lhasa Liberal Arts and Science Academy of Austin. They will be the home team in game number 1 tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Nelson Field. Come over and join us just off Berkman and 290 at Austin ISD. And then Friday night back home at Eagle Field, 7 p.m., your Eagles will be in action here in the bi-district round. Before we sign off, congrats to the Eagles that are here on the 2025 district championship. And we are super excited for you guys and the direction that this run will now start in the by-district. So congrats to you guys on a great season, and congrats to you, coaches.
Shout-outs.
Shout-outs. I got my beautiful bride, Macy, Mrs. Coach V. She does an incredible job making sure that our house doesn't turn total topsy-turvy. I got my guy JMO over there finally getting some screen time this week. It's been a forever day. He dominated some school today. I got Mercer Ann running around here somewhere being an absolute heathen. It's what she does best. I got a group of guys that are raising their hands. Sorry, I can't see that far. One's in camo, so he's like super blended in. Not 100% sure. We're going to go bypass them. But then we got some other guys over here. Got a great hairline. And then, I'm just super fired up for this week. We got a great group of moms of the 16 Mile Angels doing the Lord's work, making sure that the Eagles have everything that they need. Ultimately, man, just super excited for the week ahead of us. This playoff journey's never dull. We're incredibly excited to play in a place like Georgetown, America, where we got people that are messaging me on Instagram about how they're encouraging all of their employees to show up and show up and be loud.
Nice.
So like we say every time this time of year, show up, be loud, wear blue. It's going to be an incredible experience.
Georgetown Eagles will play tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Watch your social medias for any updates in case the weather does happen on us. But as the Eagles advance through the playoffs, we will continue to have the Eagle Nation Coaches Show live here at Camp Briteside. So watch for that on your social media as well. Typically, it'll turn into Wednesday nights about the same time, 6:30, 6:45, due to most series going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday series. And so we'll keep that updated and bring it to you each week. Thanks for joining us tonight. To our 3 seniors that joined us, to Jake Bachman, to Chance Garcia, and to Ryan Castilleja. Thank you so much for joining us. For all the parents and for Camp Briteside, thank you for all you do to bring us a great location here each and every week for the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Coach Vierra, congratulations. Dave?
Appreciate you, Wally.
The storm is coming. The
Thanks,
wind
Dave.
is blowing in. At least it's nice and cooling off.
Oh, man, I tell you what, we've got a nice outflow boundary, but Briggs, and between Briggs
Nobody
and
knows
Van
what
Dyke,
that
they're getting
means.
slammed. The wind is the outflow boundary. It's
Oh,
because
man.
there's storms over there, but they're going to the north of us. So we're
Make
in
sure
good
you
shape.
grab your coffee because the wind's blowing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us tonight live here at Camp Briteside. It's the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Have a good night. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind.